Hi my friends, it's Elsie. If you've clicked here, you've reached 10 of Cups Tarot. I'm your reader. I always will be whenever you come here. I'm just doing readings now for November. So this reading is going to be from the 1st of November to the 15th of November. I hope you're doing well. This reading here is for the collective sign of Aquarius. I'm really sorry I didn't get your readings out to you guys last month. I just ran out of time. I was tying up loose ends, you know, just tying up loose ends on the old job and preparing to come here full time. So I'm really sorry I ran out of time. But because I ran out of time, you guys get your reading earlier than everyone else. So thank you so much for coming here. So this is for, like I said, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And this is for the collective Aquarius. And this is for, from whenever you see it until the 15th of November. And I'm just going to ask Archangel Michael, guides, angels, gods and goddesses, and holders of the pure white light to bless me and protect me while I do this reading. I ask you, Michael, to please guide me through this reading so I can find the information which is of the highest good for our friends who are falling under the sun sign of Aquarius or Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. Oh, and Venus as well. All right, we will cut. I heard two more shuffles, so I have to do that. I only do what I'm told. You know that. All right, Aquarius, here we go. My nose is already starting to get itchy. I'm sorry. Okay, ready? Oh, and who is this King of Wands? Who is the King of Wands that you're looking at, or that's looking at you? The King of Wands is a very capable king and is very passionate. So the King of Wands is the person you will notice when they walk in the room. Absolutely. So we'll start with that. Usually the first card is the strongest, so we'll see what's happening around you and the King of Wands. Maybe you are the King of Wands. Could very well be. Sun, rising, oops. Venus, Jupiter for collective Aquarius, November 1st to the 15th, 2019. All right. Well, we also have a Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, as you know, brings in gifts. So it can be gifts of love, it can be gifts, it can be an apology, anything that you would be considered a gift. So the thing is about the Knight of Pentacles is that, you know, you can see this horse isn't moving at all, and it is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but you know what? The slowest moving knight in the deck is going to make it across the finish line. So it's going to be, you know, crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's, and making it across the finish line. So this person is bringing in messages of either love or an apology. It could be a literal gift, or it could be bringing in a pentacle to add to your one and making a 10 of Pentacles. I guess we'll see. Take a look here. I am using the Thelema Tarot today. Beautiful depictions, as you can see, especially the King of Wands. If you take a look at the King of Wands, he's super handsome. You see that? Super handsome King of Wands. I feel like, the king isn't happy. He isn't, I'm feeling like the king isn't happy. He is passionate, but he's not getting the passion that he needs. And so he's on the lookout. Remember not to get hung up with the gender in the cards, right? It could be the king or the queen. So the king doesn't seem happy to me, and it looks like there is a Knight of Pentacles coming in. So we don't know if the King of Wands hasn't sent the Knight of Pentacles, right? Let's take a look some more here. So the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is the page who is he's resourceful, the page. He's the bringer of information, and this is information that he's found. So he's digging for this information, essentially. He could be the person who is watching you on social media. You know, if your page is not on lockdown, they could be on Instagram. You know, I mean, anybody can take on any name, right? So this could be someone who is watching you on Instagram to find out more information about you without being your friend, essentially, because, you know, you can't really lock down your Instagram page, but you can lock down your Facebook page. If it's not locked down, though, it could be someone who's sifting for information. The Page of Swords is very resourceful, but can also be someone who's younger than you. You can also be younger than that person, just remembering that this is a general reading, so you can also flip the characters in the story, right? So if this doesn't sound like you, this may sound like your person. So right now we have a Knight of Pentacles coming in, and we have a King of Swords coming in. I'm sorry, not a King of Swords, but a Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is younger, usually learning about information, and is very good with conversation. So someone wants to talk to you, essentially what that's saying. Someone wants to communicate with you. Swords are communication in the tarot. Oh, someone who's bringing good news. So, you know, the Sun is a major arcana card, remembering that the major arcana is something that you can't change. So this is something that the universe has already put in force for you. So this is everything illuminated. So I always say that this is a two-edged sword, although it's one of the only two apex cards in the deck, and you know, look at all the cards I have, guys. I just put 3 down on the table, and we've got this card, and that's it, right? So, you know, out of all the cards that are in the deck, we've pulled this one for you. So the Sun is illuminating everything, and that can be, you know, that can work in your favor. It can also work against you, because light and dark can't occupy the same space at the same time. That means that when the dark is pushed out, everything is illuminated, and that includes everything that you have in the corners, all your dust bunnies, you know, the stuff in the closets, that kind of thing. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking metaphorical. So I'm not talking about things that you might have, you know, hiding under the bed or in the closet or the dust bunnies. I'm talking, you know, that there might be things that you don't really want illuminated that are being illuminated. But this is happiness right here. This is the ultimate in happiness. So the sun is shining. You see the children are playing. There's butterflies all around them, which tells me that there's transformation going on, and the grass is lush. Like the, you can see all of the signs of the zodiac all around the sun there. It's just a beautiful card. I just love the depictions of the Thelema Tarot. Beautiful. So that's coming in next to your Page of Swords. I still feel like the King, I feel like the King may feel like he is in competition with someone. So I'm feeling that the King perhaps is wanting to come in, is hesitant to come in, because he knows that the Knight of Pentacles has been sent with the message of love. It almost feels to me as though the King feels that he may be in competition with someone else getting your attention. So the King will act like a king. You will know the King when he is in your presence. The Knight of Pentacles will come in slowly and quietly, but will give you the messages that are sent. The Page of Swords really wants to talk to you. So I have a feeling it's about something that's good, though, because the Sun wouldn't have shown up otherwise. What else have we got here? The Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands, I feel as though, you know, these are wands, right? The King of Wands, the Seven of Wands. So this is fire, and I feel as though maybe someone is feeling defensive, and I have a feeling that this is the King that's feeling defensive, whether that's you or your person. I have a feeling that the King might be the one that's defensive, perhaps has made a choice that isn't a popular one. That King has possibly picked someone that not everybody is happy with, and the King, regardless of what everyone says, gets the last word, right? So I feel as though if the King may feel defensive, because these are all things that are coming at him, right? That he may feel defensive just because people are coming at him, telling him what he should do. And he's the King. He makes up his own mind. This also could be, you know, if it's not you, it could be your person feeling defensive, not really knowing how to come into you. I feel like it's all about the king feeling like he's in competition for your attention. So this could be you or this could be them. I have a feeling it's them though. Someone is feeling a little bit defensive about how they're going to come into you and tell you their feelings. Someone really wants to talk to you about something good. So yeah, there's a little bit of defensiveness here. Maybe some things are being thrown at this person that they're not used to dealing with. They're not used to people, you know what? Maybe they're not used to people disagreeing, because who's going to disagree with the king, right? They're probably not used to someone disagreeing with them, and so they're not really sure what to do at this point, because there's people around them, you know, maybe whispering in their ears, that's something you really should do. Coming up under the King of Wands is the Two of Swords. And you know what? I absolutely think that the king is apprehensive about, you know, going forward and finding whomever it is that he's looking for, because it looks like that person, could be you, of course, or your person, that person is feeling stuck, is not really going forward in their life by choice. Now, the thing is that the moon is here illuminating a little bit. That means, you know, you're not going to see all things that are in the distance, and that's the way it's going to be until the sun comes up. Right? So as the moon is illuminating things, now if you'll look at her though, she's just holding those swords haphazardly. She could drop them at any moment. I mean, swords are heavy. So if you'll notice, she's blindfolded as well. But if she drops the sword, she can take off the blindfold. So whomever this card is about, I feel they don't want to see what's coming. So perhaps this person is trying hard not to give in to the king. It could very well be. Perhaps the king is a past love. But it looks like this is being stuck within yourself. So not really knowing which way to go. Not really knowing, you know, feeling stuck, not really making a decision. And it can be hard, you know, it can be hard making a decision when not everything is illuminated and you can't really see what's going on. Like I said, I have a feeling it's more apprehension on the king's part than it is on your part, whoever the person is. Coming up under the Knight of Pentacles is the Two of Wands, more fire. So more fire signs, and the Two of Pentacles the Two of Wands, not Pentacles. The Two of Wands is, you know, being at the crossroads. So it kind of goes along with this. You don't want to have to make this decision. You don't want to have to go left or right. You don't want to make that decision right now. So you're stuck right now. So twos are kind of, being stuck, you know. This person does not have their hand on either. Oh yeah, it looks like she does. She has her hand on the wand here. On this side, she's chosen this way. So she's looking up here at an eagle. Yep, the eagle is flying. So you could say that that is spirit. She's looking for help in making her decision. It looks like she has made a decision between two though. So you could be in that position of having to make a decision between two people, between two jobs, you know, between two lovers, between two friends, that kind of thing. And that's coming up under the Knight of Pentacles. So if you were to ask me, I would say that perhaps you're making a choice between two loves, because the Knight of Pentacles doesn't come in for no reason. Coming up under the Page of Swords. Got one flying out. Ooh, look at that. So say the universe. So, well, this is the Two of Cups. And as you can see, Two of Cups are emotion. This is emotional love. So this is coming up under the Page of Swords. So the person who wants to talk to you is in love with you. Really in love with you, like silver and gold in love with you. So I would say that this person is your person. This is the person who's made the decision. And I would say that this is probably your king. Your king has made the decision to come into you. It's coming up under this card, right? The person who wants to talk to you, which is right next to your apex card of happiness. So I would say, yeah, it looks like the conversation is to be had about being in love, or, you know, where are we going to live? If we do come together, and, you know, people are telling me I'm not making the right decision, but if we do come together, Are we going to live at your house? Are we going to live at my house? Are we going to sell our properties? Are we, all those things need to be ironed out, right? So the conversation, it looks like the Page of Swords is bringing in is conversation about love. Again, that person could be younger than you or older than you, only because, oh, looks like another one dropped out. Only because pages are usually younger. So that person could be younger than you, or you could be younger than them. We have a second king coming up here. And I really believe that this is just a warning. So the King of Swords is the king that speaks about logic. So mind over heart. So this is not the emotional king. He doesn't make any decisions based on emotion. He makes all of his decisions based on logic. So there's not going to be a time when he is going to make his decisions from the heart. This can be a good or a bad thing, right? So this can serve as a reminder to make sure that you are making your decisions logically rather than emotionally, because sometimes I know the heart wants what the heart wants, but sometimes it can be very emotional to get to the place that you want to be, and sometimes it's easier to do it logically. The thing is that we have two kings on the board now, and I feel like this is a warning to tell you to make sure that you don't get too emotionally invested if you're not going to make the decision to go all the way with it. So it's coming up next to your Two of Cups, and which is, and it's coming up under the sun. So it could very well be that that the king, oh, didn't I say at the beginning that there was competition? Okay, I'm just remembering now. So yeah, could be the King of Swords and the King of Wands are in competition for your attention because one of them is in love with you. I think that's what it could very well be. Looks like there has been a choice between two. Now it comes together. So there we go. So it looks like you're passionate king, and dude, look, handsome guys. Like, kings are good looking. Kings are someone that you're like, wow, who's that? And what we think is good looking to us is different to everybody, right? So you're just noticing this king going, wow, what is going on here? Who's this guy? So yes, your King of Swords is coming up under the sun, and coming up under the King of Wands is the Two of Swords, not really knowing what decision to make. Coming up under the Seven of Wands is the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is emotional. So it's emotional love, and that could be very well what's going on here. So it's coming up under this Seven of Wands. I have a feeling that your king here, this guy, is very emotional because he's very passionate, right? He's not only passionate about love, he's passionate in all things. The things that he wants or the things that he gets. He's a king. He's used to getting what he wants. So it could very well be that this person, this King of Wands, could be from your past, and this is the person that's coming forward. So the Six of Cups is usually about somebody coming from your past, someone, unfinished business essentially is what it is. Now, the thing is that we, as of the 30th of October, are in Mercury retrograde. I can never say that. So Mercury retrograde is what we're in. And when we are in Mercury retrograde, so the thing is, Mercury doesn't really move backwards. Mercury kind of comes to a halt, sort of moves back a little bit and comes to a halt, and all the planets are passing it. And that's what makes it look like it's going backwards. But we call it that, say that it's in retrograde, because Mercury is really powerful, and it can cause you to have to bring back people for unfinished business. So could it be your ex? Could it be someone from school, junior high school? It could be something like that. All right, we've got 10 cards on the table. We know that we do a 21 card draw. So that's the first 10. This one just dropped out. We've got another Knight, a Knight of Cups. This one's bringing in emotional love. So this one is moving a little bit faster than this Knight of Pentacles, who just kind of stands there for most part. This guy here, this one is the one that's, he's coming in with emotion, very much so. So this is the emotional love, and this is the gift or the apology. Could be an apology as well. An apology is a gift. have the Queen of Cups. So we have one queen now, the emotional queen. The emotional queen is the one that's, I call her the wraparound queen, because she just wants to make sure that everybody is emotionally sound. She wants to make sure that they have, you know, enough love, enough kindness. She is beautiful. People see her as beautiful. They see her as beautiful and full of emotion for them. She always wants the best for everybody. So that's who she is. She is the Queen of Cups. She's the emotional queen. And she'll always make decisions based on emotion and not necessarily based on logic. And so we've got one queen and two kings still. But Temperance is here to remind you that regardless of what goes on, you need to stay in balance. So balancing things in life, in all things, so not just love. If you're exhausted and you're not eating well and you don't really have any energy, you're going to be making snap decisions. You may tend to make these kinds of decisions only. And sometimes those ones can be the ones that are the harshest. Sometimes, you know, the ones that are full of passion can also be, you know, a decision that's made on the snap. I guess a little slower than the King of Wands is going to make decisions a little quicker than the King of Swords. The King of Swords is all about talking it out, because swords are conversation or communication. So the King is all about talking it out first, whether that's with himself or with someone else. Nonetheless, the universe is reminding you here that you have to have temperance in all things. So make sure that you're in balance, that you're, you know, well fed, well watered, you know, all of those things, that you're taking good care of yourself. So make sure you're doing all that to keep yourself in balance. Because it looks like there's going to be a party. It looks like there's going to be some celebration. So this is a card of happiness, really. So you know, there is going to be a knight coming in to bring emotional love to the queen, and just reminding you, stay in balance while that love is coming in, because there is going to be a celebration later. So it looks to me like the sun is really illuminating everything here, that there's going to be no guesswork. That. I'll make sure I keep them in the right order. All right. That's 4 more cards. Sorry, I said 21 cards, and I meant 20. That's what we do. We do 20 cards. So we've got 10, 14 right now. Somebody has something that's making them sad. And this doesn't necessarily mean that this is heartbreak. It means that something that is hard on the heart, essentially. So this could be, you know, purging friends. It could be you had to let that friend go because that friend no longer is walking on the same path that you are and is becoming quite critical of you. This could be, you know, heartbreak because a child has gone against your wisdom, or, you know, anything that's going on in your life that, may not make you feel as happy. So there is some heartbreak here. It is coming up between the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So it could be about love. It could be that you're not really sure, still not really sure what to do because you have so many options. It is something that's keeping you sad. Oops, and there we go. We have a water couple here. So we have the King and the Queen of Cups, and they are a match set. They are soulmates. So coming up between them, though, is heartbreak. So I'm just wondering if perhaps, the universe is telling you to stay in balance because there is some stuff going on between the King and the Queen. They came up like that. So in between the King and the Queen, there is some heartbreak. So if this is you going through that, I'm sorry. It's never fun going through some heartbreak. The king seems very sure of his decision, though. I believe that the king feels as though what is going on here is what shall be. He's looking this way. She's looking at him. I feel as though that it might be him that is either calling off the relationship or saying it's time that we split for a little bit. But nonetheless, something is causing heartbreak between the two. Queen is here. Heartbreak and the king. There we go. Well, the queen, yeah, the queen is looking toward him, but he's looking away. He's actually looking here. He's looking here. He's looking at having the fun. He's looking over in this direction, which is the someone coming back from the past. It could very well be that someone is coming back from the past. FYI, 3 kings on the board and a match set. So, you know, the soulmates that are a match set here. Coming up next after the king is the 4 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Pentacles is indicative of playing things close to the chest, keeping it to the chest, and not really telling people what your plans are. You've made a plan, but you're not really telling what your plan is. So it looks like here, this is, if you can see, she's got her cloak kind of, the cloak is kind of around these coins, and you can see the castle in the background, but she's found the key and she's now looking, but she's kind of got her back to everything that's going on back here. So she's kind of keeping it to herself, keeping it quiet that she's found this money or found these pentacles. There is a key right there though. So it looks like she has found the key to open the box, but now she's not really telling anyone. She's keeping it quiet. The 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is being wanting clarity for sure. It's winning the battle, but not necessarily winning the war. This is, you know, he's holding 2 swords. People have left the swords behind. No, he's holding 3 swords, sorry, and there's 2 left behind. So, you know, he has won the majority of the fight, but he hasn't yet won the war. So he's unsure of what to do at this point. Have I really won? No one's around. I'm alone. Like, did I really win? Or he's not really sure. So this is coming up between your King of Cups and your 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords can mean that there's been a victory, but it's a sorry victory. It's like, oh, okay, so I won that, but now what? You know, I'm alone. So now what? So that could be, it's touching the King of Cups. It tells me that maybe the King of Cups was the one that was trying to win the fight, and maybe he won the fight and it broke his marriage or it broke his relationship. And now he's like, what did I do? We have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords shows up when there's a logical decision to be made. So again, I think the King and the Queen of Swords at this point are just sort of a warning, depending on how this is resonating for you, that you should always speak your truth. Speak your truth, logic over heart, and try not to get too emotionally invested in the decisions that you have to make, because some of them can be pretty hard. This is coming up right on top of the King of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. So it is coming up saying to me that it's good if you make your decisions heart over mind. Mind over heart. That's really what you need at this point in the game, it looks like. What is going on, Aquarius? So the thing is, Aquarius, is that I do have a match set, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. You are an air sign. I also have a match set that is a King of Cups, Queen of Cups. So, you know, I'm looking at the King of Passion, or the King of Wands, being out on his own. Last card coming out. It doesn't shock me that you're stuck. You're trying to see things from a different perspective, and that could very well be because, you know, because of this. You know, you don't know what to do. Your decisions are not decisive at this point. I would say that there is some decisions to be made because there is someone coming from your past forward. It could be someone who broke your heart in the past. It could be someone who showed up as a king. It could very well be that someone like the Emperor is coming in, because I do see 3 kings present here, and the Emperor is indicative of all of those different king. This could be all one person, or it could be many people. So yeah, you're stuck with not knowing what to do next. That being said, I'm just going to on the bottom, 4 of Cups, and that is making sure that you don't miss anything, making sure that you don't miss the opportunity that's up here. 3 down and 1 up. Yeah, there's your opportunity up there. So open up your eyes. There could be another opportunity that's going to help you get out of this this hanged man situation here. I'm just going to ask Spirit if we can have, you know, if we can have any more information about this, because it is kind of confusing to me, and it probably is to you as well. I see patience. I see the sun. I see that it looks like somebody is wanting to talk to you and is really in love with you, unless you have 3 people, 3 suitors in love with you. That could very well be as well. Let me just see what I've got here. Wow, and it just popped out 3 major arcana cards here. It popped out as death, transformation, the ending of something, and the beginning of something else. So the darkness is the end, the white is the beginning, right? The next one is hermit mode. It looks like you need to go into hermit mode and make a decision about what's going on here. Seems like you're really confused about what's going on here. The energies are so entwined in terms of emotion and logic and sunshine and feeling defensive and keeping things close to the chest. And then the star is telling you that your wishes will be fulfilled. You have to make a decision, though. The universe isn't just going to drop it on you. So you have to make a decision. But once you do, I feel like the decision you're making is going to be the right decision. That being said, we are going to use the new deck, okay? And I am going to pull a couple of cards from here, see if we have any other messages from the universe for you. Messages for the sign collectively of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. November the 1st to the 15th. What more information do you have, Spirit? Love is never in vain. It says, when you finally see what this whole time space thing is all about, you're going to laugh. You're going to cry. You're going to be so, 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 so happy you loved as much as you did, dotingly, the universe. That's beautiful, actually. It is really beautiful. You're going to be happy you loved. Make the right decision. Stay close to Spirit. Stay close to the universe. And just make sure that you're making the right decision, Aquarius. I have a feeling you're going to be okay. There's a lot of energy here from the universe. The universe happens to make changes for you when you have been resisting change. You've been resisting transformation. You've been resisting going in and really thinking about it and facing the problem. And in that, you are resisting your blessings. So just make sure that you're you know, not resisting transformation and not resisting going into hermit mode. It's really okay to take the time for you, okay? Make sure that you do that. All right? That is all that I have for you today, Aquarius. Thank you very much for dropping in. Thank you for subscribing, for hitting that bell for me to make sure you know when I'm uploading. Thank you very much for your donations if you're making anything. And if you would like to know anything more about this reading, please look in the description. Anything you need to know about private readings is there as well. Thank you so much. Bye.